Hello everyone and welcome to episode 3 of Friday Night Farming Series 2. So we're starting off in our little metal container shack. There's a few things that I've changed. When you hit the doors you'll understand. I will explain as we go along. I made a bit of a boo-boo. So name it's the Barnes tonight, it's literally just me. So we're going to crack on and see how we get on within the next hour. So I've moved from our lay-by yard to a yard behind the shop. I thought it was a good idea that we expanded and got ready to get on with our future endeavours, which I will explain again in a second. I'm just going to take a tractor down to a job that I contract that I've started, or I'm going to start. Obviously, having named Mr. Barnes, the idea is that I'm going to hire an AI driver for the night, just so that I've got help with making money. So, I'll explain. So, I had what I thought was a really clever thought, and I decided to buy a field. So, I bought a field, number 7. Obviously, we have cultivators, I went and cultivated the field. And I then thought to myself, do you know what? I can use the contracting tools and plant grass, go back and cut the grass with the mowers that we own. And then I can use a baler and a bell wrapper and wrap them and bell them and then move them to the yard that I bought as well. Thinking, if I use the contracting tools, it's not going to cost me a thing, is it? Just use them after I've done the contract and off we go. Little did I realise that you can only use contracted tools for the contracts they've been borrowing for. So at this point I'd already bought the new yard, field number 7. Yeah, I kind of stopped myself there because I could have gone a lot further and bought another field and spent a lot of money. So I didn't. I stopped. I have, however, been and planted the grass there because I know the grass doesn't wither, so it's not the end of the world if it does. Just sit there for a few months. This isn't the field I want. I want the next one. It wasn't the end of the world. So I then looked into, right, what tractor can I have that will bale it, bell wrap it, and tow a trailer to allow me to move it. So I then went into the small tractors and bought myself the small class, thinking, well, that'll be man enough for the job that I want. Ideal. The field's here somewhere. And I thought, well, that'll do ideally, so we'll get this guy on the road and get him underway. We're only hoeing the field, it's not a major job, a few pennies in the vineyard and the kit you like. So I bought the tractor. So the plan now, as you already guessed, is we're going to grow grass, cut grass, bale it, wrap it. So we're going to make silage, that is the plan, is to have silage. So, having silage, obviously we need somewhere to put it, hence the fact that we have the yard. There's the little class tractor over there. So we have the yard, so we can still have a fair few bales here, wait for them to turn into silage, then take them to the local shop and sell them off. So that's the plan, is we're going to work from field 7, start off with, until we've got money, and continuously create bales, produce bales, make silage, sell the silage, until we can afford more fields and then actually start planting crops. We still have all the old equipment here, the Fords are here, the pickup truck, the grass cutters, the new combine's there, the old combine's down the back, tucked away, until we can afford to either pay it off early or pay it off altogether. And yeah, so we are heading in the right direction, I think. It's not going to be a quick job by any sense of the word, but we're heading in the right direction. So field 7, sorry, is planted. Can't go to the shop because on break. What a surprise! It's too early in the morning for the shop. I don't even know why I push that button. There's grass on field 7. So what we'll do is we're going to have a look at field 7 to see how the grass is actually doing. When the game finishes saving. Visit the field. Okay, so there you go. The grass is ready to harvest. Needs cutting. Okay, which is absolutely fabulous. So, well, the other guy, or the AI driver, is over at the other field, hacking away for me. What we'll do is we'll go get the mower. We'll bring the mowers up, and we'll mow the grass. Or do I just lease a mower? How much is it going to cost for us to lease a mower? Oh, the shop's shut. I knew that. What contracts have they got that we haven't done? What do they need doing? Let's have a look. So there's nothing really. Stone picking is so boring. I did that the other day. Incredibly boring. Really slow process. They only give you one tractor. Because I've been borrowing equipment because it's easier, we'll say, than our financial outlay at the moment is absolutely shocking. You know, 1.2 million. Excuse me. I'm about to get a drink. 1.2 million pounds in debt we are with the equipment we have. So I'm trying to avoid buying any more equipment, so I've actually been borrowing equipment just to get the jobs done, so we can have a bit more money coming in. It's not something I wanted to do, but the outlay is so expensive otherwise that it was the only way I could see a way forward. So, as far as the whole baling and bell wrapping goes, I'm going to lease the equipment. I've got the tractor, so the tractor's not going anywhere. But for the baler, the wrapper, and the trailer to move the bales, I'm literally just going to lease it out. It cost me about £2,000 or £3,000 a time. Lease them out, move the bales, and we'll go from there and see how we get on. At the moment, our outlay stands at about £14,000 a month to pay for the equipment we have. So, as long as we make at least £14,000 a day or a month, we're covered with the outlays. And hopefully, we'll be able to move a bit further forward as and when the equipment starts coming in. I mean, our main goal is to own this farm here. That's what we want. And obviously, the outlay is we want to get to $1 billion. But yeah, it's work in progress. Like I said, it's not going to be a quick series. It's going to be quite a long one. We're probably looking at the best part of 50 episodes, I expect. But it'll be a giggle. So I'm going to leave you to watch this guy here for a second while I go and get myself a drink. Okay, we're back. Right. Let's see if we can get this up in a contract. So I think what we'll do is we'll do bell wrapping. 25. What's that one? 23. Basic fields. So we'll do 25. We're going to borrow the tractor and a bell wrapper. And we're going to zip across and do that one. So we'll jump in the tractor. Baler. Some forwards there, listen. Some diesel. Hopefully when the shop opens up we'll be able to go and cut the grass and get a bell wrapped and down to the yard. There's a fence between 24 and 28 and 23. So as far as I'm aware, we've got to go into 23 and then into 25. But we're on the back and have a look and see if that's the case. Keep an eye on the other guy in the contract. Maybe we'll get a money on that. Sweet time up a little. Otherwise the shop not going to open. I don't need the shop to open. So we can move forward. Move it, so open and open. That one. Moving along contracts. No, you're not really guessing this is Saxingham map. I did have a big intro organised for this and haven't actually looked at it. So this is Saxingham autumn map. So very well done. You know, the water, the trees, the fields, and everything is perfect. Which reminds me of an old country village. Travels here, so we need wildlands. So that's field 26 on the left there. That's where the contracts to, the AI drivers to. So from here, come down this path here. Field 23 will build up. We'll be able to get into field 25 up the bells. Which 3 we might be in trouble. This right way between the two, we are in big trouble. We should know access this through. So the car will have to see its next. sun. Sequence. It's like this one. Need 3. See through there. Is that what it was? No? Okay. That's not stuck. Okay. Oh, I know where we are. This is where we had our shenanigans with the mowers and the river. We'll cut through here. Woodfield 25. Open the baler out. Yeah, this is where we got stuck in the river with the lawnmowers. Coming in, I backed up too much off the trailer and into the river. Made it complete. Did it for myself. I'm trying to prevent that with fun piece of this, but it's not mine. So baling's alright, bit of a boring job. Much easier if you have a bell wrapper or a baler and a wrapper in one, because the bell wraps off the back, it wraps itself and then it drops in. That way you can keep moving and continue to make belts. But it is what it is. It's a nice feel, obviously didn't happen. We'll back up a little bit and then get the next one. I'm not entirely sure how many bells we're going to have here, so the only thing with doing bell contracts is AI can't do them literally for the player to do, which makes it a little frustrating because the money's not always that bad for bell contracts. But it's not the end of the road, I don't mind failing. Bit of a boring process at times, but very rewarding once you've got them all better wrapped. You go around your bell trailer, pick them up, and off you go. What are you doing, man? Come on, round you go. Make a little patch in this movement. Got a little slot in, there it goes. Drivers finish the contract. We're going to go and collect that one shortly. Maybe get another contract out so we can do that one. We're going to cut the grass, get it bell and wrap ready to go. There's no bells over there. Right up alongside the river here as well. Not a bad field, to be fair. It's a bit of an odd shape. It wouldn't be too bad to cut. Change the fences are in it. Big degree of you can build 25 and 23 into one. It's really good. I do have plans of doing that with build 7 and the build next to it as and when the time comes. Out there, but it's not a massive amount. Nothing we can't take with. Usually guys watching this year bailing, but me bailing. Just can't watch it on we're already 50% through the job. I'm not sure what time the shop open now, it's 8 o'clock. We're doing the right time. 4 minutes yet, the shop opens. Just need to decide whether I'm going to lease a mower or whether I'm going to get the AI drivers, take the mowers up and mow the grass with it. I mean, field 7 is not massive. It's really not massive. I don't think it needs kind of bailed out of it. That's all. Yeah, if I can lease it for a couple of thousand, then I will do that just for the ease of getting cut. As everybody knows, grass is the only thing that doesn't continuously grow without the need to replant. You do have to roll it periodically. And it can be a vital drying or moisture content, but the silage, I don't think moisture content is going to matter much. That's it. Pretty sure there's just 3 bells. Everything more out that way, then all of them. That one there is that. Pretty sure it's just these 2 in front of us, and then we're up to there's one over there somewhere. Quite hard to see. Oh, there's a couple more out there. Quite hard to see the top this morning. There's only 3 bells there. There's definitely nothing that way. There's nothing that way. some of the ball downs. You can see the headline now, there's nothing there for sure. It's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's like that there, so I think it'll be alright. One more. We're done. We won't be driving the tractor back out of this field. Literally pop out, collect the contract, money, and then we return to the shop or to the owner. Just in time, though, it's late 8 o'clock. Track finished. So they're both completed. Mine was mine was 7.5, and the Herring one was 5.8. So we made £12,000 there in a couple of hours first thing this morning. So that's quite nice. Is there another job we can set him to? Well, we can do cultivating, field 50. Where is that? Right at the back. Let's borrow them and get him doing that while we go and look at leasing. Cut our grass. The only downside to this is you actually have to drive the tractor there and keep it higher in a row. Just a little time out of our day. So time back down again now it's 8 o'clock. Shop later. Wake up. Oh, wrong button, wrong. Pick it up. There we go. That's the weight on. Forwards. Trailer up, or cultivator. This will put us on 18,000 for the day then, which is well over my needed budget for the month. Right, field 50, where are we heading then? Oh, let's see, right bottom lane. Cool. We'll go and get this guy started on this, and then we'll go and cut our grass. Thinking about using the Macdom just because it will pile it all up in nice neat rows for us. So I won't need to do that. You know, we can easily bail with a baler. Grass in general takes normally a couple of months to grow. So we cut it down, the next lot won't be ready for a while. For those that were concerned about me leaving the equipment and it costing so much money, it's not that bad. Obviously we would like our own equipment, for sure. But as far as money goes right now, it's easier just to lease them as and when we need them. Job market and the money a lot better. June, July, August. September wasn't too bad. We are on the Italy, we survived the winter months. January, February there were no jobs at all. Or very little. I think I got a couple of ploughing jobs. Not a lot. Really need to be more organised for the winter months. Just to make sure we survive. So we've got money lying around for that. actually being a modded map. There isn't any Denwood dogs. It's literally just rocks and, as you know, playing the game. There's no crops apart from grass. About the maps. So once we get inside the game, we should be okay. We've got grass anyway. But other than that, we're not expecting a great deal of work. Looking for field 50, which is down here on the left hand side. Port 9. Views there. Should be this one here. So there should be an entrance into the field here somewhere. There it is. Yeah. Let's put this in the field 50. So we'll put them in the field, get them underway. And that's him sorted. So let's go to the shop when he's there. Look at a Macdon and see how much the Macdon's going to cost at least. To cut grass. It's 135,000 on its own. Release it. Yeah, it's quite expensive. It's £8 grand, £8,500 to lease. I didn't really want to pay that for it. What about this one? That's more like, yeah, still quite pricey. £5,100. That's literally half of our budget for the day on that. How much is a Wind Rover going to cost me? I can get a Wind Rover a lot cheaper. An awful lot cheaper. What's that to lease? £1,000. Okay. So what we're going to do is looks like we're going to end up leasing a Wind Rover instead. So what we'll do, we'll jump back to the yard. We'll take the pickup actually, because it'll be quicker. I'm going to take this up to field 11 when you get it out. We'll take this up to field 7 and we'll get an AI guy on one of the Eva motor grass. We'll get organised with the Wind Rover and a tractor. We'll head up and we'll grow it. Then we can bale it, wrap it, pick it up and go back to the yard. Cut grass, we don't need to watch the cut grass and build 7. It's quite technically. But yeah, this is the farm we want. Eventually, I intend on owning this farm on these sheds. It's a nice farm, it's got its own silo, its own barns, places to keep equipment and so on and so forth, and this will be what we're after eventually. Right, and I can help it that way, get that way, get the tractor. Cheap. Away those hearts with them. Yeah, that works for me. Yeah, get on the cut grass. have a look and see what sort of power we're going to need to pull one of these. I say your horsepower, we can do that. The tractor we've got's got 155, so yeah, we'll stick to the cheap one. It's only £1,000 to hire it, or to lease it, I should say. So we'll lease that, which will allow us to row it, or put it in rows, which will make it easier for baling and wrapping. So I've leased that. We're going to get our tractor. We'll leave him to mow. Then I won't jump on the vehicle. Let's go down and get the base the glass. We'll go and pick up the windrower. Be on our way. Bring them back down, I don't need all that. Not a massive tractor, it's only a little glass. But it's enough to be able to bail and put it in wrap, which is what I was after. Not steaming on the trailer. Time, I thought we were going to be alright borrowing equipment, using the contract equipment, we'll say, which apparently I was very wrong. We got more me thinking that they would allow us to cheapen it that way. He's not going to put it any of it hardly by any sense of the word, so we're going to loop this up there. Then we're ready to go when he's done. And then we can go it, then we can nail it, wrap it, and then we can get it back to the yard. Right, we've got it. Ourselves while waiting for the mower to do his job. But yeah, this farm was pretty big enough for us. Loads of plastic equipment going in. Where he's going. Well, I can hear him coming. Stop. He's cutting and cultivating at the same time. Didn't want to do that. Let's get rid of the cultivator off here. I wouldn't wait in the grass. Look at that, I don't want that anymore. That's my bad. I wasn't thinking about that. See that he's cultivating the ground. They're not going to let him cut the grass. No, it looks like I've got to cut the grass. Okay, so we're cutting the grass then. So we're going to cut grass. accident, but we are. It's us. Push the wrong button, Rob. page. What is that going to be? Release that one. Release that. We'll do this. This is so much more clever than trying to boxy this and all around. We'll part this and we'll go and hit track on the phone. We don't hit those. Don't worry about that. Then they drop that. Let's go get the motor for this and we'll mow it faster. I would like you guys to see me see it mowed before we get the video. I don't have time already, I've got 10 minutes left before the end of the video. I have decided to drop the time down to an hour just because I think it's a bit much for 2 hours for us to farm. I mean, I don't mind doing 2-hour videos, but for you guys to watch them, I can imagine it's quite a painful process if we're doing the same thing every time. Doing the contracts at the moment, obviously a lot of jobs we're doing are very similar. At least this way I can mow them, I can windbrew them, I can film them together, ready for the next video. So for those of you that are still watching and still here, thank you so much. Much appreciated. Hearing me waffle on for an hour is enough for anybody, I can imagine. Those that are still here and still willing to keep watching, don't forget to hit the bell notifications on new content. There are 2 other series that I do. I do Monday Night Madness as well as Trucking Tuesdays. Get a look at them if you want. They're all worth a watch. Yeah, and if you did like it and you want to watch more, please consider subscribing. Every subscription helps. It really does help. It allows me to keep bringing you content for you guys to watch. I have had a massive influx of subscribers over the last 6 to 8 weeks. I would like to keep that going. Really am gained a fair few. I really am beginning to enjoy making the videos for you guys to watch. This is a lot faster. Sensible buying this tractor, I tell you. We can do all this with one tractor. It's not going to be quick, but if you can mow, bale, and use the bales and windbrew for that matter, you get all the bales put around back to the yard, then you'll definitely go after it. Obviously the original idea was to keep it back on for this, it will rev it up nicely for us, but that's going to have to wait. When you're looking at £5,000 a time to lease something like that, and these are only cost me just over £1,000. imagine being at the end of being straight right now. I would like to get a raid up, lead up to the river action. Give us an idea of how many sort of bells we're going to get out of it. I would like to see at least 10. Definitely going to any building small, but that would be nice. Precision farm switched on. They're 9 and 11 that are going to matter eventually, but again, like I said, it's all about money at the moment and trying to make headway. We made some money, so I'd rather worry about that than got money coming in. Great, but I feel, as you've seen in the previous videos, there are a lot of work and that's a review, and even then there's still a lot of work. This will make really short work of this. You know, I mean, the ride on will take me all this video, probably half the next one. Whereas now I've done all this in less than 10 minutes. It's a while for me to come on. Put the window up and get on with it. Get my road up, ready to go, and then when we come back in the next video, I'll release the baler wrapper, get it bailed wrap, release another trailer to get it moved, get it down in the yard, so that it starts cementing the sides. And we can sell our first one belts. A bit like something ready to sell down, shut the lot here, mate. We build up. Pop into the shop and return these because we no longer need them. The grass is cut. Vehicle. Return. Yep. Return. Yep. Pick up the windrow up. get an AI to do this. We're going to check on the other guy. Yeah, looks like it. Looks like it started. I'm going to let this field be done. I'm going to end the video with this field all rode up, ready to go. I just don't think it's fair you guys watching us about here for the last 25-30 minutes. Yeah, hardly anywhere. The whole purpose was to get the field organised and ready to roll. The roads aren't going to be massive. We're only making little round bells, so should be enough of what we want. So the field next to us here, that's the field I'm going about joining these two together, that one and that one there. Should give us a lot more grass. That's going to be the plan in the future, I think. This system on a plough through, get rid of the surface dirt, and we'll have two fields here. I think it'll work quite well. Like I said, I need to sort out the nitrogen and pH levels, get into some carbon side of things as well. I haven't done that yet. I just think make money more important right now than anything else. Right, let's just stop over and see how the other guy's doing. Because he's nearly done over right now, 50% of this. Headwind will do the he'll be finished. That will cover our outlay for the windrower and the two mowers. Get the field from where it's to now. Obviously when Mr. Barnes is here, we'll try and do as many contracts as we can on our own, but with him not being here, it's much easier for me to hire an AI driver and borrow the equipment just because I'm on my own. So he's going to do the two headlands and he'll be finished. Same sort of time, then we can collect the money from the job and turn the windrower ready for the next episode. which will get the baler wrapper and the trailer, what the belt will do, we'll wrap it, and then we're going to move back to the yard in storage so we can start preventing. The Macdon will do all this for you. For those that have never used it before, unlike this where you've got to mow it and then windrow it, the Macdon will actually mow and row it at the same time. So literally you'll go follow on behind the mower, pick it up, baler, sorry, and pick it up. It will save all the double hands of the job. So we'll have a bit of a game for those that watch the series. Drop in the comments under this video how many bells you think we'll get from this build, and then when we come back and play it next week, we can see how many bells we got, and yeah, maybe the winner will get a prize. Yeah, now I'll tell you what, drop in how many bells and the winner will get Friday Night Farming mug. I'll have it sent out to your, I'll contact you after the next video for the winner, and I'll have a mug sent out to you. Yeah, so drop into the comments of this video how many bells you think we're going to get. Obviously it ends next Friday, so when we decide it next Friday we'll eventually bail them up. So competition will end, we'll bail them up, and whoever comes closest or gets the correct number of bells will get them up. If there's more than one winner, I'll do a spin the wheel live, and we'll decide from there who's won and who hasn't. I think that's the fairest way of doing it for the Friday Night Farming bug. that they're not really massive bells. They're only 125 centimetre bells. I'm hoping for about 10, if not more. But we'll see. Well, contract's finished. Let's collect the money from that. Before I pay too long for sitting in the extractor. £5,000. It's all worth it. Just like finish me mowing this field, we'll end the video. So like I said, if you do like what you're watching and you enjoy watching it, please don't forget to like and click on the bell notifications for more new content coming up or content that comes out. And if you're still here watching me now, listening to me blabber on, please consider subscribing. Every subscription helps to go towards the channel. It helps me bring in more new content, and hopefully it'll bring a lot more competition surprises in the future. And once again, have a guess on how many bells it's going to take in this, how many bells I'm going to get out of this field, and then the winner or the closest person to it will win themselves a Friday Night Talent mug. And turn this to where it is. I can't find it. Other than that, thanks very much for watching. Much appreciated, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.